Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning's messages of love from above. I hope everyone's having an amazing, amazing weekend. And before we get into the readings, I do want to bring in beautiful energy to balance our energy and to bring love down and spread it to the world. Of course, we don't want to hold on to it all ourselves, right? But I do have this beautiful Tibetan singing bowl, which is one of my favorite tools of balancing all the vibration. So I'm going to bring that in first. And if you'd like to join me in spreading the love to the world and balancing your energy, just close your eyes if you're not driving and take a big deep breath and hold it for a moment and release it and just continue to breathe as we bring in this energy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. I'm just going to put this away out of the way here. And before I get into the actual readings as well, let you know we're getting close to having the end of the membership, the YouTube membership marathon, I guess I could call it. Here's the video for that. I've got till next Friday to reach 30 total members to get a special gift, a bonus from YouTube. So if you're interested in helping support the channel and helping support this tsunami of love, you can check out the video. It tells you what the two levels offer. And if you're interested in any of that, never any pressure. But do check out the video if you haven't yet. And because there's a big thank you in there for everyone and opportunity for giveaways. I have a weekly giveaway, which I'm so late on announcing. I was have weekly winners for members, which I have the winners picked. I just haven't made the video. I am going to do that this afternoon. So you members, you will have the winners here. But also for non-members, there's a giveaway at the end of the month. All you have to do is watch the video and comment on the video, and then you'll be in the drawing. So you can check it out. Also, of course, um, I will not give up my weekly subscriber giveaways. So whether you're a member or not, if you're subscribed to my channel, every Monday I have a drawing for a giveaway. And this video, whoops, I don't think I sent it yet. This video tells every Tuesday I put out a video announcing what I'm giving away the next Monday to my subscribers and how you can get into the drawing. So two ways you could win there. So check those out. And then also each week I put at least one pick a card out. And this week's pick a card was how can we transform failure? So I like the spirit clarifying feelings of failure. And is failure really real? Or is it just a feeling? And how can we transform it when we're done feeling it? So you can check that out too. And then also each week, excuse me, I have been putting out a Take 10 with Zen, which is a video, at least what for 10 weeks, because we had episode 10 come out on Friday. But these are videos that are 10 minutes or less that talk about how to connect with spirit, how to connect to ourselves, and where I answer questions from my subscribers. Last week's was really cool because they talked about how to create an empathic bubble so we don't take on everyone else's emotions. And then this week's was what's the real gift of the empath? We thought, isn't feeling other people's feelings my gift? Like, no, that's just a little piece of it. It's so much bigger. So be sure to check that out if you feel you have empathic abilities. And if you are a praying mantis member, you get advanced access to both the Take 10 with Zen and the Picket cards for next week that are already there. And then also I'm going to be working on meditation soon. You'll have advanced access to that. So for these sessions, I'm on for about 2 hours. I will be bugging out at 12:55 because one of the other, benefits of being a praying mantis member, which is 7.99 a month, uh, I go and, I leave here, and then after every free session, I actually have an additional session for the praying mantis members to get free readings. We also have a Q&A this evening on Sunday evenings, where we get to know each other, get to know me, how did I get here? No, it's not the birds and the bees. I mean my spiritual path. And then also, connecting to spirit. And we do all sorts of other fun things. So if you're interested, check out the video on memberships. And then that is it. Blah, blah, blah. Enough done there. So I'm going to take a quick screenshot here. So make sure I don't lose any of this. Hey, Kimberly. And so we got all that. And let me get my desktop set up here and we will get going. Let me just clear my throat here for a sec. So sorry. There we go. All right. So if you are new to my channel, or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, we got a great group here. Wonderful soul family, people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, which you really need in this day and age, right? But it's a great combination. So welcome, welcome. And how these readings work, the free readings, is I go down in order, first come, first serve. And there's no special list. The chat is the mighty list. So all you have to do is put your question out there, and then I go down the list. If you don't want to put your business out there, I get it. You can just ask for a general reading, guidance. Spirit knows what you want, and that's the important thing, right? Also, if anyone makes a donation, which I do have a couple people that have made donations already, thank you so much. I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize the readings for donations, step out of the free readings, dive deeper, we pull more cards, and then when I'm done, I return back to the free readings and move down the list. As I mentioned, I'm on for about 2 hours. I'll be bugging out at 12:55 p.m. Mountain Time to get into the Praying Mantis session. So if you want to make sure I get to your reading, a donation of any kind, um, will prioritize it. I don't look at dollar amounts. I know everyone's finances vary from person to person, day to day, country to country, planet to planet, moon to moon, universe to universe, wherever you're from. So I get it. And so you can make a donation of any kind. You can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video, the pinned comment at the top. I have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So, however you want to do that, that is how it works. All right. So, let's take a look here. I do have a couple donations, as I mentioned. So, Dijona, you had made him a Cash App donation. So, thank you. And then Supernova, you'll be up after that. All right. So, let me just scroll this down a little bit so I can see everything. All right. And it looks like it saved all the chat currently. So that's good. So, Dijona, thank you for that donation. And, are you going to pass this test? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. Yeah, it does look like here with the Eight of Cups and the movement of Cups. This is movement of emotion, leaving behind emotions that don't serve, moving towards wish fulfillment. So this does feel very positive here because You're leaving behind your fears. You're leaving behind. It's like you've accomplished what you've needed, and now you're headed off to the next step. This is movement, movement, movement. So that feels very positive, right? Whether it's a test that you have to take to go to a next step, or like an interview or education, whatever it is, a test, when we were moving past it, that means we've passed the test and we're ready for the next step. So two thumbs up for that. I feel like it's very positive there. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. um so good news. Good news. It's very clear coming through. So I like that for you. So many blessings to you. Woohoo! Fist bump, right? Excuse me. All right. I know. Woohoo! I'm happy for you. All right. Just if it's a test that you have to use your mind, of course, just try to stay as calm as you can going into any test, because then we stay in our beautiful, beautiful brain and our compassion and everything else. Because if we freak out, then we go into like our cat mind, right? We got the cat mind and our little 2-year-old self taking the test, and it's like that doesn't fare well usually, because the cat just scratches the paper and eats it and runs off with it, right? So you got this. All right. So Nova Rodriguez Supernova, thank you for your double donation for your two-part question. All right. So the first one is reading and insight on how your relationship with your mom affects you emotionally and energetically. And then the second part, the relationship with your mom, it's negative. You feel as though it's your fault and you don't know what to do about it anymore. Okay, okay, I get you. All right, so let's take a look here at Mamacita, as I call my mom. Well, at least when she lived in San Antonio, I called her Mamacita, and then she moved to northern Idaho, and then I started calling her Matato, like potato, but Matato. Hey, Supernova. All right, let's take a look here. And let me tap into your relationship with your mom, not my relationship with my mom. So let's take a look here. How does your relationship with your mom affect you emotionally and then energetically? Anything else about question number one? No. All right. So emotionally, okay, I see. And then energetically. All right. Oh, yeah, that's great, right? And you got it you capture it in writing, right? So another song in the works. So, as far as how your relationship with your mom impacts you emotionally, Six of Pentacles. We've talked about the Six of Pentacles before, right? Where when the younger child, when we look at how much we have to give and receive so little, of course, mom and dad are usually the prime suspects of this out of balance giving and receiving, right? So there's if you have checked this, that Take 10 was Zen episodes 4 and 5. It talks about the Six of Pentacles and how we can look at releasing them from the wrath of our inner child, of like how we felt abandoned by them, how we felt that we had to give so much and we got so little from them. And part of it, of the healing that comes with that emotionally, is realizing what kind of life they had when they were a child, and that they were only doing what they're able to do, right? They didn't get a manual, they didn't have training. It was like, here's a baby, good luck, and that's kind of how it all works with all of us. So it talks in there. If you haven't checked out that video, or if you have, maybe look at it again, because there's some processes it talks about in there about releasing and forgiving. And that's for you, because that helps your energy. No one can impact us energetically unless we allow it, right? As children, we didn't know any better. We're like, okay, this is what this means. And we stuffed it all down. Now we are powerful beings. We can bring things and transform it, right? Which is what this is about here with the judgment card. It's your higher self calling you to this higher place, seeing things from a higher perspective. The double X, which is double endings, double new beginnings, is about letting go of these things that influence it there. So the Six of Pentacles is so perfect for asking this question about how, does my mom, our parents, usually it's our parents, whoever was important when we were young growing up that we needed to, you know, um, we wanted love from them, but we didn't get it. That's why we feel we gave so much and received so little. So, um, right. When you're in fear, when you're in the emotion moment, we when we have certain thoughts and beliefs and when we're on autopilot, we have no other way to act and respond and feel when we have certain thoughts. But when we change our thoughts and change our beliefs, that's when we change. But when we're in the middle of it, if we can take deep breaths and we can step away, and we start by doing it post, right? Uh, Hardly anyone in any human life uh, in the when we start working on our shadow work and working on our subconscious stuff, we don't do it like, oh, this is what is happening, let me work on that right now while we're in it. No, we usually look back at years later going, oh, that's why I acted that way, that's why I felt that way, that's why this was happening. And then as we evolve, as we move towards our higher and higher connection, higher vibrational love, we start seeing it sooner, where right after it happens, like when we're on our way home, or after we slam the phone, or we don't slam phones down anymore, after we disconnect the phone, or yell at each other, then it's like, that's what happened. And then we take time when we're calm to reflect, and then we start to transform our thoughts and beliefs. And then when we're in it, we realize what's going on, and yeah, admittedly we still choose the old ways, but we start becoming aware of it while we're in it. And then the beautiful piece that we enjoy, because there's relief, is while we're in it sometimes we revert, and we, instead of going the same route each time, we change and we go a different direction. And then eventually we feel it rising and we don't act on it, react like we did, we respond instead. So there is this, yeah, exactly. So we start to do it. And the biggest thing is be gentle with ourselves. It's like, oh, if we judge ourselves for feeling what we're feeling, that just takes us back into the fear and takes us back into the cycle. It's gently realizing, oh, this is where I'm headed. And do I want to feel that again? No, I don't. So that allows us to realize we have a choice not to, right? We take our power back. So that's the emotionally how it impacts energetically. I see here it slows things down. The movement of pentacles, energetically, it, when we have that type of emotion come up, these emotions, these old emotions, the old, same old, instead of self love, we experience this, because energetically, what happens when, like you're talking about next, which we'll talk about, when when we experience the lower vibrational emotions, because you have higher vibration loving emotions at time, but we remember the lower vibration because it feels so different and uncomfortable. We feel the lower ones, and because it's the fear, right? When we experience fear and lower vibration, it slows our life down because it anchors anything. Any of the lower vibrational energies is a like a bunch of sandbags on that, hot air balloon. It weighs us down, and we can't move towards where we want to go because this keeps us lower. Um, And as we, like I said, as we look at things and we transform things, as we change on the inside, then our relationship with everything else on the outside changes because we truly don't see the world as it is. We don't see our mom, our dad, anyone as they are. We see everyone as we are. And as we change, wow, amazingly enough, the world changes and people change. One of the things that really taught me that was, I worked in a call center for, most of my life. And uh, in the last decade, yeah, it was in the last decade. Oh, maybe it was like the last 2 decades. Excuse me. We had I would get these phone calls, from customers, and I'm just like, why is everyone being a douchebag today? They're just so mean and so bitter and angry, and I'm like, oh, spirit's like mirror, and I'm like, oh, so this is because this is how I am. This is how I'm seeing all them. So I would go on break, recenter myself, and then I'd go back and it's like someone changed the skills on my phone where I wasn't getting all those unhappy people. I was getting all these happy people. They were joyous, they were laughing, they were upbeat. It was all calm and smooth. And I realized, wow, I don't think anyone changed my phone skills. I think it's this that changed, which changed that, right? So I like that. And let's go into your question too, because we're kind of already headed in that. And so when you say your relationship with your mom is negative, um, you can make it more true and say, my relationship with my mom at times is has fear involved in it, right? And so when we look at it going, okay, so when there's fear, it wants to blame, right? When we're in our human side, it wants to blame. Is it her fault or is it my fault or whose fault? Fault. It's like that's judgment. And we know when there's judgment that that's our human with its long list of conditions saying, like, this is what a relationship with a mother should be, and it's not. So whose fault is it? And it's like, well, our thought is saying, that this is how something should be, and we're disappointed, and so there's fear, and that's where the fear gets ignited. When we put a lot of pressure on what something should be, we're trying to control something and it's out of our control, right? We can't control how anyone else acts, thinks, speaks, or whatever, right? Just see an adult trying to control a 2-year-old. Good luck. And then we just get more stubborn as we get older, right? But there is this energy here, this um, you know what do we do? How do I transform my relationship with my mom, right? That's really what we're wanting to know here is, how do I change this from, this negative type of interaction, this fear that where there's fear in my relationship. And let's take a look here and see what spirit wants. Of course, calming our ourself down is the important thing, right? It's like what am I fearing? Looking at our fears is how we transform them. When they stay down hidden and we're just reacting, then that's what happens. But when you uh, kind of stop making your mom's actions or non-actions, her words or non-words about you, that's what's going on with her, then you stop getting defensive. You stop going into fight or flight mode, right? When you realize, oh, she's telling me what's going on with her, not me. So if I feel like she's attacking me, she's attacking herself. What's going on with her? Why is she in fear? Because if we are not acting intelligent, compassionate, and loving, we're not in we're not feeling safe and in control. We've gone into fight or flight mode where our inner child has felt unsafe or out of control in some way. And so your mom is feeling unsafe or out of control. So when she's freaking out or flipping out, you're like, okay, what's wrong, mom? And instead of us getting defensive and rah, making both of our inner children feel more unsafe and more out of control as we battle. Instead, when we learn to respond with unconditional love and not take other people's actions personally, then we're like, oh, okay, so this isn't about me. What's going on with them? So everything that they're saying out of their mouth is about them, not about me. So let's take a look here, see what spirit says here, though. Yeah. So what can you do? Here's your hermit. Spend time away looking at your fears, and here's the Four of Swords is peace of mind. You step away, calm yourself, calm your mind, able to look at these expectations, these fears on the wall, and see them from a different perspective, from a higher perspective. That's what both the Ace of Swords is how you connect to capital T truths from up above, and the Hermit connects to their higher self in the spirit world to see things and try to understand. And so we can step away from these expectations on these humans just because they're mom, dad, whoever, brother, sister, whatever title we've put on people. If we put everyone in the same bucket in our life, everyone in the entire world is a human that has dreams and fears, reactions, um, cat mind, that, when we feel unsafe and out of control, we all act the same. We all freak out, right? So if we can learn that and go, okay, my mom is human just like everyone else. She's not a goddess. Yeah, and she had a rough childhood like everyone. And so she's got a lot of stuff bubbling underneath the surface, and it makes itself known when they are in fear or out of control. So when you are able to do that before you interact, right? It's like, okay, let me fill myself up with love. Let me just, talk to myself. Okay, so this is a human and she's having human experience. What can I do to make it easier for her to choose unconditional love instead of fear? Because that's the only influence we have over anyone, right? I can make it easier for people to choose fear or harder, or easier to choose unconditional love or harder, right? So we're able to do that, right? And then, yay, yeah, look at all this. So in the middle, because you had two cards and then three cards, yeah, and then two cards. So these cards in the middle tell us here, choose joy, 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 joy. When this is us mastering our energy. We've got the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and joy, 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 and celebration. One, this is spirit too. So the more we connect to spirit, the more intuitive, especially like with that hermit card. Um, yeah, right. Yeah, boom, boom, mother and daughter, right? Fall from the same tree. Same energy. Do you guys battle with your energy? But are you both fire signs? But the more we use our hermit energy and our connection to spirit when we're calm, like I know with my parents, I would sit and go, okay, w- show me, why did I select my parents? And spirit showed me all the things I chose, why I wanted my mom to be my mom and my dad to be my dad. Yeah, we chose them, right? Oh, well, you got no one else to blame. All fire signs. Well, that explains a lot too. But where we invest our energy, right? I'm sorry, what it was saying is like, and then once I saw my mom and my dad shrink down to children, and I saw their parents, and I was able to experience through spirit their childhoods, like just I just saw like, wow, like my dad got dropped off at his grandmother's house because while my grandpa, his dad was away at war, his mom didn't want her child, and didn't want to be in that because she found someone else she loved. So she went and dropped off the baby at grandma's house and took off. And then when they got remarried, the stepmom didn't really pay attention to him, and so grandma ended up raising him while grandpa had their own, relationship with that other family. And dad would go and visit and stuff, but what you're like, wow, okay, that explains, I understand my dad. And then I saw my mom, oldest of a dozen, and I saw her childhood, and I understood it, and it allowed me to see them as human, and going, wow, you guys survived a lot. You guys are strong, right? Um, so, we see all that, right? But all of this too shows connection to spirit, understanding them intuitively, seeing them from a different perspective, a higher perspective, not from like a child, but from like a third party looking in, looking at their life as if it was like a neighbor, and you're learning about the neighbor. You're like, wow, what a life they had. You start seeing them differently. And this also talks about whatever we focus on expands. So focusing on joy too, instead of fears, whatever like attracts like. So if you're going to your mom and you're going, oh God, here comes the fear. Well, here's what we created, right? But if it's joy and happiness and you just keep choosing joy and love and happiness, unconditional love, peace, laughter, gratitude, then things change, right? And it all changes. Yeah. And then again, cutting away here, this is our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, cutting away, these things here. The our fears um get cut away by the Ace of Swords, and we start piling on and balancing things out, right? So that comes in here. And we've got the Two of Swords. So, all the thinking, changing our thinking every moment. I choose the story I'm putting to what's happening. So, if if you walk in the door and your mom goes, "What are you wearing?" It's like, "Oh, my story is like she hates me and she judging me and she's mean to me instead." Um, you know, Byron Katie is wonderful. If you ever have the chance to read her book, Loving What Is, or check her website out, thework.com, or her website, I mean, her YouTube channel, it's great because it's like what came to mind is something that she said when she first started her work is that her first husband um, would come home and yell at her. Yeah, right. Oh, well. So, and would yell at her, "Katie, what the heck are you doing?" And she goes, "At first I had this thought that he should not be yelling at me, but obviously he is supposed to be yelling at me because he is." And it's like, I like that, well, obviously, if they weren't supposed to be yelling at me, they wouldn't be, but they are because they are. It's like, oh, so she didn't judge it. She just accepted it, going, oh, okay, you are supposed to be. It's when our beliefs battle against reality, it loses, but only 100% of the time. So when I'm like, my mom shouldn't be yelling at me, she shouldn't be pointing out my outfit, she shouldn't be saying this. Well, that's where but just loving what is, you walk in the door and your mom will go like, "What are you wearing?" And you're like, this is what I chose for today. And she's like, "Well, it doesn't look good." And you're like, oh, "Okay, well, what do you think I should wear? What do you recommend?" And it becomes a conversation instead of an argument, right? It's like, I honor your opinion, mom, and so tell me, what are your ideas? Um, you know, and if she's like, what the heck just happened? So yeah, exactly. Yeah, getting out that information from inside, you realize, okay, where are these thoughts coming from? You get them onto paper, you can look at them. But Byron Katie, if you ever have a chance, she has a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, which helps us transform and see the mirror that we are seeing. So what we are think we're getting from other people, she's a mirror. So what is she trying to show you, right? All right. And then we went deep into that. I feel like this is more for just you and me whenever they go like deep and extensive. So thank you guys for all your patience. And hopefully you're like, wow, you're learning a lot too. Yeah. Yeah. It's just thework.com is the website. Um, so that's what they have there. So that is the skinny on all of that they want you to know right now. So many, many blessings to you, Supernova, and enjoy your adventure with your mom. All right, Mia, thank you so much for your donation as well. And you keep adding things to say. All right, I see here. Oh. Oh, very good. Well, I'm glad you're getting insights. That's good. All right. So is your letter that powerful to open F's eyes and heart to you, make him emotional and realize he's missing a chance he doesn't want to? Okay, very good. So we're going to say, is the communication, is the letter that you're bringing based on current energies, is it going to impact him and open him up and realize, is it going to wake him up, right? Let's take a look here. See what spirit has to say. All right. All right. I just hear we've got this, I'm like, probably not. They've got a lot of heartache, right? And it does move them emotionally, but I feel like what message comes through, and you might just look at how the letter, if it's already been sent, oh well. You're like, oh well, there it goes. But if not, give it a day and look back at it and see how it approaches, because the energy I feel with this, and we've got two, 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 and one is um it's like, oh, I'm a disappointment. That's what they go to right away. Is like, oh, so what you're saying is I'm not being who you need me to be. And so it makes them, ignites them. We can't make anyone feel anything. We make it easier or harder for people to choose unconditional love or fear, right? And when we point something out to someone saying who they're not being, um, then that, of course, that's our human tendency to choose the fear, right? It's like, I wish you would have done this. Oh, I'm not good enough. And I'm not, I didn't do it. I'm a disappointment. Because it goes back to their emotions. It goes back to, what's happening, from their childhood. And you can't help that, right? Yeah. Well, they're going to pick up on whatever, they will read between the lines no matter what you say. If you're sending them a letter and it's in any way has any tone in it whatsoever of you're not doing something I wish you would have done, or something's not working out the way I wanted it to. I feel like their childhood was so, you know, you're not doing this, you're not doing this. A lot of pointing fingers at them when they were growing up, that their tendency is just to go, you know, oh, there I go again. Oh, no, I'm a disappointment again. Oh, here we go. It just feels like this disappointment comes in here. It moves them in that direction, right? Um, I do see here, we've got their heart. Here's their heart feeling vulnerable, and they've got the king, the spirit of pentacles, which has them wanting stability. They want stability for their heart. They want this protection. And I feel like their heart is so focused on the outside world about, which we're all taught, relationship, job, education, money, all that stuff is like what is where their heart is focused and pointed to. Solid foundation. I need a solid foundation. Solid, solid, solid. I need money. I need this. I need all this structure in the outside world. And this is what their heart, is going through, is that they're looking for that security of the outside world. And that's where they've been at in their life, right? So, that's been their focus. I feel like I don't know if we've talked about this before, but it feels like it at least, that they've been very materialistic, because that's what their family is. That's what they've known from generation to generation is materialistic. This is what success means. This is who you are by what you have, not by who you are, but what you have. But your letter in this, and with this, with you leaving the city and everything, it does cause them here with the Hierophant, the sage here, to question their capital T truths. It does have them look into here, which is like what you're talking about. The Four of Pentacles is um solidness in the outside world through material, but what about emotions? What about feeling, in your heart up and overflowing? So it definitely triggers them to think about their heart and what is important in their life. This is what is happening here. Um, and they kind of look at, well, wait a minute, emotion, is that a thing? And I think it spawns it in them. I don't know here though. It like sparks all of this, but I don't know if it sparks them enough, you know, for like an instant change, of course. Yeah. So, it does here with the 5 of Swords. It brings mental conflict. It makes them think. Um, but I just don't know if it happens fast enough, for what I think, what you're wanting it to do here. Yeah, so we get the universe, which I do show here. This is about leaving behind old cycles and beginning something new. Um, yeah, right. And I feel like that's you. I feel like this is you going, you know what? I just need to leave behind the old cycles and head off on this new adventure. I just feel like there's not going to be fast changes here that come in. Yeah, yeah, because I feel like these last cards were for you, with you. This is you studying. It's funny, you studying, you doing what you need to do in your life, moving forward in the outside world, you leaving behind the cups that are not fulfilling to head into something emotional stability. They're looking for stability in the outside world, you're looking for emotional stability, and it's just two different worlds, right? But again, I just feel like it's important for you to say what you want to say, but like you said, yeah, don't expect instant change to come in, because it would take time for them. And I don't even know if it's, by the time they realize this for themselves, because I feel like they're going against generations of materialism, and it takes a very strong person to go against the grain. I don't feel like have even contemplated going against the grain. And so it's going to take time to build up that courage. And I feel like by that time, you guys are going to be enough in your own lives and your own paths that it's a good experience for you. But I don't feel like they're your soul partner with all this. I just feel like that world card, you need to say what you need to say so that you've said it, and you've given them the opportunity, and then you go on your new adventure, is what I feel. So that's what's coming in, Mia. Yeah, you know, it's like, give them a chance, but you'll be fine either way. I know you will. So you're like, okay, which we always know that if we're giving up our seat in coach on an airplane, spirit isn't sending us and taking us to the luggage hold, is where we're getting moved to. What's lower than coach? You have to go sit in the with the luggage. No, you're getting moved to first class. So just know that, um, we're always being upgraded and always being moved to a more conducive situation and experience that's in alignment with our higher heart. So I like it. I like it. I like it. So that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. Thank you again for your donation, my dear. All right. And then I think Courtney, you are up next. You are. So, Courtney, thank you for your donation. You want to know, is S interested in a romantic relationship with M? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. All right. Let's take a look here. Well, it's interesting here because we've got like what the dead rat. The Six of Pentacles is like this giving and receiving type of energy, and I feel like with S that they've got this out of balance giving and receiving, energy that keeps things away from them. And I feel like this is spirit saying, well, whether they're interested or not, they've got some, all these fears, all this stuff that's below the surface that kind of keeps people away from them in a way. It keeps them from receiving what they think they're wanting. And so that's what I feel like they're saying here is like, you know, before we talk about that, they're in a position where it doesn't matter what they want. There's this force field around them that things can't get to them and they can't get to things because they've got this low self-worth, this out of balance that I have to give so much to be able to receive so little that's coming in there. I feel like there is some sensuality, there is this new birth, there is this new energy that's here, of wanting a new birth, wanting something new. The Four of Wands is like, it's the joy, celebration, even the marriage card. But I feel like there's this, um, you know, even with all of this, if they're wanting, this mother nurturing energy and the new birth and all this stuff, I just don't feel like this is like a kind of like a yes, that there is like they're interested in it, but they can't get it. It's like they've got this stuff that's below the surface that's blocking them from anything anyway. It's like what they're showing me someone walking down a street of shops at 2 in the morning when all the shops are closed and you can look through the mirror, I mean the glass, and go, "Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I'd like that. Oh, I'd like that. I'd like that." But they ain't getting it because it is closed, and that's what I feel is coming in. So hopefully that makes sense, Courtney. But that's what they're showing me there. Wow, I feel like I'm in a spotlight again. Sorry, let me there we go. This time of year, the sun where it's at, it hits this little thing, shines shine bright like a diamond, right? All right. So that's what they have, Courtney. So many blessings to you. Hopefully that resonates and makes sense there. And you are very welcome. All right. So, Helena, thank you so much for your donation on PayPal. And hey, Crow's Nest, you'll be up next. All right. So, thank you for your donation, Helena. And so let's take a look here. I want to know, will you and C reconcile and will you hear from him this week? All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on with this individual here. All right. So will you reconcile? And then, all right, and will you hear from him this week? All right, let's take a look here. They've kind of made it into two L's. You've got one cards and two cards. It's like this and like this. So I don't know what LL, if that means anything for you here. But let's take a look here. All right. So there is opportunity here for reconciliation, but I don't like but. I have to put that in there real fast, right? No, just stop there, just period. Because what this shows me, we got the 7 of Pentacles, and this is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So it shows me here there can be reconciliation over time, but it takes some stuff to happen here first. Because if we're gonna do what we've always done, we're gonna get what we've always gotten. I know my English is really good, but the 8 of Swords here represents each of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you, both of you individually, feel blinded and bound and trapped because of the fears, right? And the 8 is the flow, which means that it would need things to flow. It would need things to, go. And we've got the Sun card, which shows, it's a victory card. So it is possible, but this is also Leo inner child energy, which says that there's some stuff that would need to have happen here in order for the tree to survive and to grow fruit and have fruition, right? When we asked, will they communicate with you this week? That's where I'm like, not now. I don't feel like it will happen this week because here's the phases of the moon, the death and the rebirth. It takes a rebirth to happen. Full moon and new moon, it takes things to transform, like the butterfly. And this is the new mindsets. The Ace of Swords, is what helps with this 8 of Swords, because this is the Ace of Swords helps you connect to the capital T, Teresa, the higher realm, seeing things from a different perspective that help you cut away these fears. Both of you, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts that happen there, because the 3 of Cups is the love that we are able to give isn't going to make us happy. We have to turn inward for our self love, which means releasing these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve us, these limiting beliefs and thoughts. Again, it's these popular opinions we were given growing up, the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must. When we have all that, we're looking at how people are falling short. Like they're looking at you, seeing how you're falling short by their long list and how they're falling short, and you have your own separate list that's different than theirs. Maybe some similar things, but definitely different things where you feel you're falling short and where they're falling short. And so when we're looking outside of ourselves for this love, we feel empty because all the stuff in the outside world does fall short, because what we're looking for is this love inside of us, this unconditional eternal love, and nothing compares to it in the outside world. So when we're looking for it out there, we are always are judging it, and it's falling short. It's not giving us what we need. But when we turn inward and upward and we find this Ace of Cups here, it connects us. We become full and overflowing instead, right? And so we have this fullness, and we stop looking at the outside world as falling short, and then we look at it as above and beyond extra. The example Spirit gave me, because I was like, huh? Um, when Spirit was um, introducing this concept to me. And so they were like, it's like our soul, our heart is hungry for a 10-course meal that comes with 2 desserts. And all that the outside world can offer, it's a giant dessert buffet with 3rd dessert, 4th dessert, 5th dessert, 6th dessert, and up, right? And so when we go in, going, hey, I need my 10-course meal. Oh, we don't serve that here. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay. Oh, what about you? No, we don't serve it. What about you? And it's like everywhere we look, whether it's relationships, jobs, education, our bodies, our bank accounts, money, whatever it is, we're taught all these places have that meal, and we go out there and like, no, they don't. Which one? Because all these have been converted into dessert bars, and eventually we get disappointed enough in the outside world, or bored enough with it falling short. We're like, oh, what? I heard an advertisement. Well, you can find it now inside your heart, inward and upward, and boom. Oh my God, here's the 10-course meal with 2 desserts. and it's great. And then you're like, oh, now I always can make room for more dessert. We don't stop wanting dessert from the outside world. We just don't expect it to be this meal and the two desserts. They give us third and fourth and fifth and sixth, and it changes because now it's not falling short, it's above and beyond extra. And then when seventh dessert, we're going for seventh dessert, and they're like, no, no, I don't want to give it to you. You're like, "Oh, it's okay. I'm full. I'm good." We're not like, "No, don't take away 7th dessert," because 'cause we're good, you know? So, I feel like this is what you needed to hear right now, and I feel like there is possibilities of reconciliation, but it takes you looking at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore and the emotions, raising your self-love, because we cannot love someone else more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So when we love ourselves this much, with most humans start off loving ourselves this much, no matter how much love we want to give, it just drips out. No matter how much love they want to give us, it drips in. And especially if everyone's just dripping love, it's like falling short. We're like, really? Really? I've been in the desert for 40 days and you're giving me a drop? Come on, I need more. And that's when we turn inward for our oasis, right? So hopefully that helps, Helena. Um, but you can't do their work and they can't do yours. All you can do is focus on your self-love, and that raising your love vibration. And sometimes, you know, um, you're raising your love vibration, they're raising their love vibration, and you meet at a higher level and have a different type of experience instead of the old lower vibrational fear energy and type of situations. Or you raise your love vibration and they don't, and you're just like, I'm okay with that, because you meet someone else that is at a higher vibration that brings you an experience and a love beyond your comprehension, right? You're like, whoa, what is this? Instead of that, you know? So that's what they have for you right now. Many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, Crow's Nest, you are up. Thank you for your donation. Oh, it's one of my favorite decks. I'm glad you like it here. It's called the Naked Heart Tarot. This is what the box looks like. Whoops. And it is by, here, I'll show it to you too. It's Jillian Wild. So if you want it, you know what it looks like here. It's beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. I mean, and here's a star card, of course, Aquarius card. I mean, Uh, it's actually, I think it was this card that just settled it for me to get it because I'm Aquarius, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I love this star card." You are welcome, Helena. All right, Crow's Nest, let's take a look here. Hugo's next actions in the near future. Let's take a look here. What's going on with Hugo? What are his next actions here? And they want that one right there. Okay. Well, oh, we got the star card. Yay. When my favorite card comes up. Yay. Okay. Well, I don't know if they're going to move fast here, because here's the disappointment card here, right? And we've got the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight. So, there's this little, you know, it's like, well, not as fast as you want it to. That's coming in here. We do have the hope, the star card and the Ace of Pentacles, which does show that there is hope here. Sorry, there's the spotlight going on here. So this does bring in hope and new opportunities coming in here, as well. So it's like a matter of time, but the timing is coming in here. There's just a lot of emotional confusion that's happening. And whenever this is going on, of course, whenever we get a slow moving card when we're asking about relationship and love and wanting interaction, it's always for us, right? Even though it like drives our human crazy sometimes, it always happens for us. And because if we're in a lower vibration, like we're just talking about with Helena, when we're in a lower vibrational energy, we're drawing in lower vibrational experiences, which are fear, cheating, fights, disappointments, um, you know, all those lovely experiences. And we're like, well, we do come down here for that. But when we're done with that, we're like, meh, I want something more, right? And so while, we raise our vibration and we want higher, we want true huge flows of love, because we're talking about, when we love ourselves that much we don't get a whole lot, but when we open up our self-love, that opens up this pipeline to where we can give and receive love to the humans in greater capacity. And it's a win-win-win-win-win, because we're getting this beautiful eternal unconditional love filling us up, and then we're able to also give and receive love in the human world, and it's like bliss, it's like beautiful, it's like there's no fear of, oh, you're gonna cheat on me, because you're just full and overflowing, and you're experiencing gratitude for who someone is instead of who they're not, over and over and over and over again, right? And so I feel like, of course, all of this is happening on purpose, to allow both of you, any old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets of disappointment and any emotions that no longer serve. It's giving time to "Doo, doo, 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 I'm going to go through these and let's clear these up so that they're not left behind, and then ta-da, you have dreams come true and new opportunities for dreams come true, that come in here. So it's really about changing how we're looking at things and bringing that back to ourselves, right? Bringing that attention, bringing back the love, and anything that's popping up, of course, in someone else, right? That's the one thing that we really learn a lot, is that, and this is experience too. It was spirit. It was like, um, I'm like, why are they taking so long to discover love? And they're like, see these three fingers here, bruddaZEN? I'm like, uh-huh. Well, those are pointing at you. So let's ask you, why are you taking so long to find real love? Ooh, okay. I get it. Let me get back in front of sweep in front of my own door. And I realized they're a mirror for me. I'm like, why do they look like a monkey? And they're like, because you have a monkey suit on. And I'm like, oh, okay. So everyone is a reflection for me to tell me about myself. And that's the energy that is the most um, beneficial thing to use our energy anyway. The most productive way to use our energy is, instead of trying to change other people and to want them, focusing on who people aren't being, is focus on who am I not being for myself. And then that's where the progress happens, and uh the bliss comes. But when we're ready, I had many, many decades in this wonderful amusement park of fear rides, with all that. Absolutely. Thank you for having a sense of humor. So thank you so much for your donation, Crow's Nest, and many blessings to you. Matter of time, but while we're waiting in the waiting room, we can, we don't have to read the magazines. We can evolve ourselves in the process too. All right. All right. Very good. All right. Hey, love 1234. Praying mantis member. I just love the green. It's so rich. So shout out to one of my members. Thank you. Thank you. I am doing great. I hope you're doing well. And you said because you're unsure if you'll make it to the session after this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. So we can definitely pull cards now. So thank you so much for your donation. And let's take a look here. I'm just going to take a quick sip here while I read your questions. All right. So, of course, any medical questions, I always have to say every time. Uh, there's a disclaimer within my the title here, and this is for everyone. That of course says tarot is designed for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a licensed counselor, doctor, medical physician, lawyer, financial consultant. So you always need to consult, of course, professionals, and you ultimately make your own decisions. Tarot is designed for entertainment. Boom, boom, boom. All right. All right. So, question number one: how would they feel if you reached out to them? Let's take a look here. Okay. So sorry. And then number two, I didn't even know you owned cows, but we'll see why that's going on with that. A calf, but a bunch. Okay. And number three. All right. Let's take a look here. And then number four. All right. So let's take a look here. Yeah, hey Crystals. Thanks for being a new subscriber. Yeah, you just pop your question down in the chat. And I do go down in order. If you want it prioritized, where I step out and do it next, then a donation of any kind. And you can use the super chat or any of the ways listed in the description box or the pinned comment. So welcome. All right. So love 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's the chat, so there's a lot of activity. I don't know for sure. So I sorry. Okay, so love 1, 2, 3, 4. So how would they feel? Let's take a look here. Wow, well, I like all these. I'm gonna put them like this. Because you got four cards here. So you've got the beaver, which the beaver, the Eight of Pentacles, is about this, doing the work and moving forward. I feel like they've progressed in life and they're in this. I feel like they're very busy with all of this. I feel like they've done a lot of work. They've made a lot of movement in their life, which we also see here with the Magician card. So I feel like they have a lot of activity, a lot of stuff happening. Um, and we've got both the Heart of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So I feel like they've really stepped into their power. They've got a lot of stuff going on, just boom, 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 go, 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 go. But they have Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and they have the Queen is balancing heart and mind. So there's two parts emotion, one part, earth, one part air. So I feel like that there would be emotions of like, oh my gosh, but just know that they are a bit busy and don't have a whole lot of expectations around what they're able to do. But I feel like there would be joy and there's be some great emotion, but also just know that they're very very much on the go. And I just feel like they're in this place of self empowerment, like boundaries. I feel like they've overcorrected a little bit with this energy. But I like from where I feel they've come from to where they're at. I'm like, okay, we can pendulum way out here because she's going to come back, get into balance here. But I feel like, wow, she's really, I've got all this stuff to do. I can fit you in. It's like she's gone full planner mode where she's like, I'll have to check my schedule. It's not like, yeah, I'd love to oh yeah, I'd like to get together with you, but I need to check my schedule. So I will get back to you, and it's like you might have to let go like a week later, go, hey, I have some time this weekend. Do you have any time available? You might have to do that once or twice. And it's not that she doesn't care. She's just so about her right now. So that's what's coming in there. All right. And then for number two, oh, Let's take a look here. Hey, Josephina. The chat is the list, so you can pop your question down there. If you want it prioritized, then a donation of any kind can do that, and you can check the pinned comment or the super chat for how you'd like to make a donation. Otherwise, I'm going to be on for about 50 more, about 45 more minutes, but I do prioritize donations first. Okay. So, wow, this is about the calf. Moo. But a lot of fears, 9 and 10, there's just a lot of this is telling me stress, stress, stress. And I don't know if it's not fear stress, though I feel like maybe you've been favoring it. It just feels like that you've been putting a lot of stress on it, and this is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Take care of yourself, rest, rejuvenate, kick up your legs, do that here, So I feel like this is just take care of yourself, young lady, kind of energy coming in from Mother Nature, Mother Earth. So, you know, take a nice the baths with the Epsom salts, or it just feels like you've overburdened it for some reason. That's the energy that's coming in there. Again, I'm not a licensed doctor, so but that's the energy I feel with the cards. And then number 3. All right, so let's take a look here and see what we have here. So this is the way they came out here. We've got here's the Queen of Wands. Here's you. You always show up here as the Queen of Wands, this fiery individual. And they're like, yep, your passion, your energy, the go-getter, the not you share how you feel, and they like that, right? They feel here with the Six of Pentacles. This is the giving and receiving. In this case, this isn't the codependency awareness card. I feel like the response to that particular excuse me message is that there's this equal giving and receiving, reciprocalness, reciprocity. Wow, it's a big word. I like that flow of the physical world and the flow of thought and communication too. So I feel like, this is the desire, this is their wish is to open up the communication. And we've also got here, we've got this Seven of Wands is about kind of standing up for themselves in a way. Um, Not defensiveness, but I just feel like that's the kind of energy here, is that they're just like, I need to stay true to me. I need to do what I need to do, but I want all this too. With the two sixes is very much a flow here. So, um, just I don't feel anything super weird about any of this, at all. I just feel this energy of the Seven of Wands is they've got a lot going on and they've got a lot coming at them. And so they feel like I need to get done what I need to get done, but they also want this flow of equal giving and receiving, and flow of communication at the same time, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in here for that. And then your final question was about your cuz. All right, let's take a look here. Wow, I like it. So we've got we've got the love flowing and all of this here with the Page of Cups. So there was this love flow, which was nice, and the heart, very heartfelt. And I feel like they shared their heart in a way. And I almost feel like you gave him some good thinking, and maybe you gave him some good advice, even if you didn't mean to. I feel like they were like, hmm, a lot of times just how we're living our life can give people inspiration. But I feel like it did here with the Eight of Swords. It made them look at, what am I fearing? What are my thoughts and my beliefs that are keeping me blinded and bound and held back? So I feel like with you sharing your heart and this the love that you have for your cousin, that it spawns some thinking within them here, in a positive way. So I like it. I like all this. They enjoyed it, and but you got them thinking. You got them thinking. And again, 8 is a flowing, so it's not like you gave them nightmares or any kind of conflict. You're just having them think, and they're allowing them going, huh? Why don't I do that? What's holding me back from trying to live my dream? Yeah. So I feel like you gave them some good solid advice that really spawned them to thinking. So I like it. So that is what they have for you. And I like it. So many, many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. I think that is it for my donations and this moment here. Yeah. It always ends up turning into either Indian or German for some reason. We have ways to make you talk. But there you go. All right. So I think that it was all of those. Have a great rest of your day if we don't see you later. All right. So, um, so Rishi, you'll be my first free reading, but I did have a donation that just popped in. So I'll be back. Didn't mean to tease you there. So thank you so much, Lizzie. All right. So thank you for your donation. Yeah, you nailed it, Love 1, 2, 3, 4. It's from Hogan's Heroes when I was growing up. It's an old movie, an old TV series anyway. All right. So, you want to know what are Kay's intentions with this connection? All right, let's take a look here and see what do they want here. Not yet. Almost. Oh, so glad to have you here. Yeah, yesterday I only got one yesterday morning, I think one free reading. Um but I came back on later to complete them. So if that happens again today, we'll contemplate that. We'll see how much energy we have. Since I don't do readings tonight, I just have a Q&A with my, of course, praying mantises. All right. Well, I do like this energy here of their intentions, Lizea, because we've got the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, right? Which is they're intending for this to unfold in a very positive way. Um, we've got the 10 of Swords, which is part of what's happening here. This is a good card because tens are endings and new beginnings, and whatever is going on in their life, they are looking for this ending and beginning to lead to this fortunate connection, because this is all the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, all these expectations around relationships and their life, and all the stuff that's stressing them out and taking a lot of energy. They're exhausted trying to live up to be who everyone wants them to be, blah, 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 right? But they're ready to drop that and ready to move forward in a positive way. A lot of this here too with the moon card is there's a lot of deep emotion and unseen things that they haven't revealed about how they feel and what they want because of them fearing this in the past. So I like this is where it's like starting off, and this is like their intentions, and I like this over here as well because it kind of confirms and affirms it again. Another 10 here. Here's the heart and the heart of cups, the queen of cups. So the unseen, the deep emotions wanting to be shared. So they definitely want to show their heart here. Yeah, right. And that makes sense, but they want something more fulfilling. This normally has, um, like two people with a child and a dog and an old parent or grandparent and the coins and the palace. And their heart wants this solid foundation in the outside world. They want this completeness, and this is what they're wanting and searching for, but they haven't been finding it with all these expectations. So all these tens, things are about to come to a point because they are just with what, 3 tens was there? Yeah, 3 tens and all these moon energy of these emotions being shared. I mean, literally, you got 3, 2 major arcana emotions cards in the queen who rules over emotion, master of emotion, in fact, not even just ruling it, because all the queens are given a second portion of water. So master of emotion, just and if they're a water sign, that makes sense, but I don't they just have all this that they wanna share with their heart, and you got 3 tens, which is all about, the wheel turning and ending this stuff, so that they can feel this fullness. So I feel like they're about to clean a lot off their plate. Like you said, they have a lot on their plate. So I feel like they're about to clear a lot off their plate and make a lot of room because they're just tired of these things not fulfilling them and not bringing them what they want. So you're like, okay, 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 here it goes. But I feel like it's going to be sooner than later with that wheel of fortune because that's the wheel starting to spin, the wheel starting to bring things forward. So we definitely have this coming forward. So I like it. I like it. It feels very positive. It feels like intentions are good and they see you in this light of, you have a lot of what they feel will bring them this fullness in their life. Um, it's all bubbling again. I feel like they're getting to the point where they just feel they're pouring their energy into a black hole because they don't feel like they're getting a whole lot back in the outside world. And so they're like, Let's get rid of the peas off the plate because I'm not going to eat those. And this bread isn't gonna give me any it's just carbs. It's not giving me what I need. I need nutrition, and they're gonna replace it. That's funny. I don't know why. We went to the plate. Maybe I'm getting hungry too. But that's what they have for you, Lizzie. So hopefully that helps, and many blessings to you. Thank you so much for your donation. Excuse me, take a quick sip here, and then Josephina, thank you so much for your donation. Oh, I like that. Well then, yeah, the cards agree with, they're not just blowing smoke, they're Lizeo. So, yeah, I agree. You are very welcome. All right, Josephine, put your head on my shoulder, right? The old song, maybe I'm just old. All right. Yeah, I feel here with the Queen of Wands coming up here, Josephina. Well, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. So I like this. The Queen of Wands, yeah, right. I feel like it did spawn some passion, some energy. I have the Nine of Swords. I feel like what's coming in here because we've got these two cards is it's like they wanted more because you've got the Heart of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and sensuality. I feel like it sparked them, and they had fears, fears coming in here of, whoa, it's like, should I take it further? Should I do it? I don't know. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to do this. But there was like all these thoughts in their head here. They enjoyed it, obviously, with the queen. You have two queens here, the Queen of Wands. Yeah, exactly. It's like did I don't know. It just feels like yeah, right. He's just like, well, what's this? Uh, and I feel like there's some, of course, there's some pain from his past, But I feel like it's a mixture of people from his past had people who moved too fast and they thought, oh, you just want me for, sex or bought my body, right? And then I feel like he knows something about maybe your relationships of there's people in your past that have been players or whatever. Or there's like this, yeah. So okay, that makes sense then. So I feel like they pick it up on that and they know this, that people that have, and it's like he doesn't want to be that guy. That's what I keep hearing. Well, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be um, you know, who you need kind of thing. And he like, I like it. I want it, but do I want more? But is that too fast? I don't know. It's just like ping, 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 ping. So I feel like when you want more, strong signals will help. But he definitely liked it. And he definitely wants more. I know. But he's also very much a gentleman. Huge heart. I like that about him. And I feel like he's really going to go off of your signals, um, because huge respect. I don't know if he's a mama's boy, but huge respect. Maybe even a family of a lot of women, a lot of sisters, maybe no dad. In of course at one point, but like I feel like more so like he grew up around a lot of women, so he has a huge respect for women and maybe mama's boy. Okay, yeah. So he's like, and I think he saw how his dad and maybe stepdad or other people that his mom dated, how they treated his mom and how it made her feel. And he's like, I'm never gonna be that guy. That's what's coming in there too. I'm not gonna be that guy or that guy or that guy. I'm gonna I'm gonna be respectful, you know. So I feel like that's a lot of what comes in here too. So good for you. I think you found a keeper. All right, but that's what they have for you, Josephina. So thank you again for your donation and for your laughs. I love the energy. Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. In a way, he likes some of it, but also he's a man. Not to diss men, I am one. There's let's see, there's a monster that lives within that that we have to keep caged, and it rattles the cage though. I want out. It's like simmer down. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So just at move at a move at a good pace. You don't have to be slow, 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 or fast, fast, fast. You know, All right. So that's what they have. All right. I'm going to get myself in trouble. So, many blessings to you and enjoy your adventure. All right. All right. So we will squirt up here. And Rishi, hello, hello, hello. So you would like spirits advice and calming, excuse me, um, your restless mind. I'm sorry. I'm just going to we've got some wonderful allergens in the air, I think. Let me take a little cough drop here, make my voice last. So we've got advice on how to calm your restless mind. Let's take a look here. Yeah. Well, here is connecting to our higher self is a great way, right? The more we look at things from a higher perspective, which both of these are about that, hierophant, seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing your capital T truths, getting to know your higher self and realizing that you are so much more than your human, it gives us a different perspective, right? It allows us to almost sit on the moon and look down at the earth and go, this is small, this is not as big, because the mind gets restless when it's in fear. And so the more we look at the more we connect to unconditional love and joy and peace and love, the less we are focusing on fears and growing them. So whatever we're focusing our energy on in each moment is what helps transform things. I think we've talked about it before, but they're bringing it up again. Of, you know, we are taught to fear. We're taught to focus on what's missing, what we're afraid will leave or come into our lives, or all this stuff, right? So we're taught to focus here on lower vibrational energies for survival. But when we realize we're so much more and we can focus in on our higher energy, we can make our habit that. And how do we do it? How do we change a habit? Well, we learned a habit by repetition. We learn a new habit by repetition. So we always talk about this wonderful phone here, where you can, put your like a vibrating silent alarm for you every waking hour, half hour, whatever you feel it takes to change your habit, to focus on gratitude, 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 unconditional love. What am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Because wherever we're investing our energy is what expands, right? I love the example Spirit gives of a little kid going into a donut shop, and it has the glass counter and it's pointing, pointing, pointing at this donut. So of course, the baker loads up a dozen, gives it to him. He's like, I hate these donuts. Like, why are you pointing at it? Rather than pointing at what you hate, point at what you love, and I'll bring you dozens of that instead. So the more we focus on this, the more we're eating of this, and the less this happens. So that's how we can calm our mind, and being gentle with ourselves too. When we're trying to change a habit, if we beat ourselves up about not changing our habit, that's fear, and we're just reinforcing that. But giving ourselves love and being gentle with ourselves allows us to go, oh yeah, I don't want to be here. I want to be here. Neither's right, neither's wrong. They just bring us different experiences, right? That restlessness feels uncomfortable. We get bored with it after a while and we want something different. And when we want something different, we can change it. So that's what's coming in for you, Rishi. So many blessings to you. Hopefully that helps. All right. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And SK, hello, hello. Shrey. So you want to know what are Aries feelings towards you? You are a Sagittarius. Uh-oh. It's a lot of fire, right? But we do have a lot of fire here. Leo energy right in between the two of you, right? Aries at the beginning of the zodiac, Sagittarius being the third fire sign. Here's Leo energy in the middle. So their current feelings for you, there is this fire, there is this energy here. But with Leo energy, this is about the inner child, and they've got a lot of this. This is what's been holding them back. They do have fire for you. They do have this attraction, more passion right now than emotion, because these 10 of swords is what keeps them, their mindsets, right? It's supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, must. The stuff, their mind that's been keeping their heart in a cage, not allowing them to express their emotions, but they got feelings. They've got attraction, energetic attraction, and physical attraction. And they're about here with the 10 of swords to say, their mind is about to release them from a lot of this, because they're exhausted trying to live up to all these expectations of the outside world that's keeping their heart caged and prisoner, and it's about to be let free. So they definitely have, we want both, right? We don't want them just to love us and close their eyes because they're not attracted to us, right? That we want them to be attracted to us and love us, right? Well, attraction's there, emotions will come later once they get past all this stuff in their head. So that's what's coming through for you, SK. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So thank you so much, Supernova, for your additional donation. So as soon as you pop the question down there, we'll jump there. But just for the sake of time here, since I'm only on for about 25 more minutes, I'm going to go ahead and answer Keel. You wanted to know, did your subconscious leave the feeling of abandonment and coin counting balancing? Entirely, absolutely. Let's take a look here. It looks like it's left, here's the Eight of Cups, leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve. And the Eight of Wands is, movement and flow here. So I feel like there is movement of it. Whenever we say absolutely and entirely, I don't think we will have anything absolutely and entirely done in our lives. I feel like there's always crumbs. I feel like it's like when you go to the beach and you find sand in your car, in your shoes, in your house, there's always a little bit of a grain here and there that comes up. Look at this need to have it absolutely and entirely. That's a perfectionist attitude, which has to do with judgment and our human saying that I'm only lovable and acceptable when I reach a certain thing. There's a gray area, and living in an area of a life of gray instead of black and white is very freeing. I know, because that was like one of my big challenges in life is I lived in a black and white world, all or nothing. It needs to be entirely done or it means nothing. And allowing yourself to enjoy the journey and the process and what happens now, what's in the now, and just enjoy the adventure. Don't think it has to be all perfect and everything done, but you can allow it to flow and live in this moment. And whatever comes up in this moment, know that you are powerful. You get to choose the story, the emotion, the energy you're putting forward, and your physical choices. And you get to decide. So it doesn't have to be right? Because if it's all or nothing, then we live in failure instead of appreciating what we have done and what is happening. We move from a place of failure to a place of gratitude, and it's okay. You are gentle with yourself, and you're not trying to reach this perfectionism, right? Because we are already perfect. We are a perfect mountain. Our human comes down to wander around the mountain to discover who we are. So make it an adventure instead of a task can free you too. So that's what they have for you, Keel. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. All right, Noba. So as soon as you post your question, I'll keep on checking here. So next up, we have Dijona. Hello, hello. So you're free. Reading is where in your life, where are you in your life journey right now? All right, let's take a look here. You are here now. It's like those big maps that have the little flag in it, right? Well, I like this here. You've got the Six of Cups and the Seven of Swords. So you're right in order, going six, seven, eight. So right in the middle, right? Because what we go up to the king. So six, seven is like around the middle. Got nostalgia here. I like this past life type of energy that's coming in here. And I feel like a place that you're in your life journey is that you're really reflecting on, well, this is also childhood. There's some deceiving thoughts and beliefs and mindsets you've had that, of course, originated from your emotional child here that you're getting past. I like this because it's whatever is happening right now, it does feel like you have like this situation, this trigger that's just right here in your face, right? And you're just like, not that you want to kill someone, but it wouldn't hurt, right? You're just like, well, I wouldn't do it, but it helps to think about it. But it's not that bad. But it just feels like there's this trigger that's popping up, and it has to do with this fear that goes back to childhood. And if you think about it, I like this Michael Brown, the presence process. He has a great process he mentions. When you have an emotion that's popping up, this trigger that's popping up, if we go, when did I feel this way last? Not when I had a similar situation, but when did I feel this way last? Like betrayal, right? I can feel betrayed by a friend, and then the last time I felt betrayed was by my job, and the last time I felt betrayed, I go back and go, "Oh, yeah, that that ex of mine," and then you go back and like, "Oh," and eventually you get back to that Six of Cups nostalgia earlier in life, and you realize, "Oh, It was dad, it was mom, it was grandpa, it's something back then that's been vibrating and rippling forward in your life that your child self has been wanting um, to have this charged emotion be released. And because it's charged, they keep on, it's like they're in the cellar, because that's where our emotional child gets sent by our mental child that forms between 7 and 14. So the emotional child gets shoved down into the basement. So they're down there hitting on the pipes, bing, 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 trying to get our attention. And they'll bring things up from underneath into our dreams, into our outside world too, to get our attention so that we can release it. And I feel like that's what's coming up in your journey. I like that. They're like, you're in the middle because what that would be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, because really the king was like card number 14. So if you're looking at a suit of ace to 14, 6 and 7 is right there in the middle. You're right in the middle of your journey. Yay. So that's what they have for you, Daijona. Hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. All right. Thank you, Supernova. All right. Kimberly, I don't see. Well, you must be way down here. Um, Sorry, I don't. Yeah, I'm kind of going fast though. I don't see you here. Oh, there you are. Yeah, you're probably about maybe 10 away, maybe. And we'll see how far I get here. I'm only going to be on for about 13 more minutes. Oh my gosh, yeah, because that would be 12:50. But I might come back and complete the free readings like I did yesterday, since I've had so many donations, and I definitely appreciate those for sure. Um, so if I don't get to you in this free session, I'm going to go to my praying mantis session here at like 12:55. Then once I'm done with that, probably gonna eat, record some winners of the weekly stuff, then probably do the free readings, before my Q&A this evening. So if I don't get to all the free readings, I probably will do that here again, because I didn't get through a ton of free readings, which I'm totally okay with, but I will come back because I do want to, give free readings too. So hang in there, Kimberly, hang in there. All right, Supernova, thank you so much. So you want to know what radiates from your energy in your aura, if any, what are the spiritual qualities from it? Oh, cool. All right, let's take a look here. I am just grateful for the ability to hear from spirit. So I like sharing the gift. Yeah, I do. I do. Let's take a look here. Supernova, like you like to share your musical gift and you want to know, how does this impact others? What energy comes forward? All right. So I like this. You here, page of wands. Here's the radiating. I mean, literally, like radiating from from your energy, your aura that goes out there, right? It's like boom, boom. And here, the universe card is ending of old cycles, beginning. It's like new birth. It's like birthing. Um, that comes forward, and it's this release because this is the last card in the major arcana, right? And it starts with the full card, and the full card's journey is like very childlike, where it's wonder and adventure and awe that doesn't have all these rules around it yet. It's like a little baby or a 1-year old, 2-year old doesn't know all of this, you know um rules, right? Until it starts being told, no, 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 right? And then it's like, that's when it gets terrible twos is I don't like humans don't like being told how to feel or what to do. And this is the universe card. It's like the release of all that and the freedom. It's like a little puppy that's been kept in its small kennel all day and it's released into the field to go play. That's the kind of energy. It's refreshing. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes, freshness. It's a fresh feel. Yay, right? So I like that. And the spiritual qualities, I mean, it is very emotional. We move from this emotional confusion, all the stuff here, right? We've got this all these emotions, so many, and there can be so much emotion, but then the clarity comes. Here's emotional instability, emotional confusion, and it brings in a stable emotions, emotional stability. So I feel like that's the important thing is to realize that, all the emotional instability you feel in your journey on how you get it to stabilize is so much of what comes forward, right? Um, yeah. And so, definitely I'm not sure if you checked out my Take 10 with Zen, the last number 9 and number 10. Check those out if you haven't, because 9 talks about creating the energy bubble, and 10 talks about what the true gift of the empath is, and that really goes in with your music. I feel like it's important for you to do that too, because when you end up in front of audiences, you're going to need to have this bubble so you don't take on hundreds, thousands, maybe a million. I don't think we'll ever have an audience of a million, maybe over the internet, but you're like, but really, if you've watched them, that's good, but you need to put them into practice. That's the difference, right? Okay, I'm aware, but what are you doing? Are you doing it? Because you need to do that if you want to build that up to where you, and then how you practice, changing that energy, right? So that's what's coming in there for you for that. So hopefully that shows you this, because your aura changes by emotion. I don't know if I still have it. I might have it in my YouTube somewhere. Because I did there was, and this I look very, very young because it was like 20 years ago, I think. But they actually did this. They had this camera that captured the aura, and as they put theirs, you could see the aura change and the influence of other people's energies, how it was moving some energy. But then when I purposely changed my energy, you could see it change the aura field. I'll have to see if I have that somewhere. Um, Still saved. I think I did a video a long time ago. It's probably like within my YouTube playlist somewhere way deep. But I'll try to find it because it does show you how you change your energy field, and it's important. So that is what they have for you. All right, and I'm only going to be here for about 12 more minutes. So let me get through these other three donations, and for the free readings, I will try to come back later this afternoon to complete the rest of the free readings because I know I won't be back until Wednesday night. So I will come back after I eat and replenish myself and complete the free readings like I did the last couple days. I like it. I'm not sure I'll do that always in the future, but I like it. Okay. So, Patty, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Weary and tired today. Mentally drained, right? All right, let's take a look here and see what's this drained feeling you're feeling. We are in the Libra moon, which is about balancing, right? So maybe it's your body going, you need some downtime, you need a rest, right? Let's take a look here. Wow. Yeah, you got a lot going on. I see here. lot of activity here. Movement of wands is the knight of wands, so it feels like you've been having a lot of energy, and you've been doing a lot of thinking. So I definitely see here the overthinking can definitely be because it's like you're trying to think and move and flow through a lot. The Eight of Swords is you've been really looking at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that have been making you feel blinded and bound and trapped. And you really been investing a lot of energy into trying to move past some things and maybe trying to move past too much all at once. Be gentle with yourself, allow yourself some time here. Um, I do see here you are with the universe. These are two major arcana, which means very important changes, in your life. And the universe is about leaving behind old cycles and this new beginning. So I feel like you are trying to have this new beginning. You're trying to let things go because you want it to happen fast. And it's understandable. And they're letting you know, let things go, let things flow. And the sun card here says there is going to be a victory, but also the inner child wants to play. So all work and no play makes Patty stressed out or exhausted, right? So I feel like your inner child definitely wants you to um, play today. It's like, you know what? Go do some fun stuff. Go get away from everything. Don't do it at home, even. I feel like they're saying, go play, like go to a movie, go get a coffee and a book and go read somewhere. Do something fun that your little inner child would enjoy. Do something for you today. Go do it. Get away from everything. Or if it's late where you're at, first thing in the morning or whatever, but do stuff for your inner child. Let them out to play um, with that sun card coming in. Because you got two other major arcana. They're like, you're gonna do great. Here's you connecting to your higher self and the Sky Father, the Emperor, new beginnings, stepping into the power. You have all the strength and the power to get through whatever's coming. So just know, I mean, you've overcome 100% of everything that you've ever encountered in your life, or you wouldn't be here right now. So you have 100% success rate in overcoming any obstacle, anything that's going on. So trust that. Trust your strength, trust your abilities, trust that the Sky Father, the Creator, Spirit is on your side, that your life is designed for you and it's unfolding perfectly. You can trust things are unfolding. And so enjoy it, enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. Try not to have your mind so focused on an outcome that when this happens, then I can be happy. It's like, no, you can be happy now. Go have fun. Go enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, because there's always something, right? The to-do list never ends. Let's make it a could-do list and go have some fun. Put some fun on your could-do list today and do that. So I feel like that's what's going on is it's time to have fun, choose joy, have some joy come in. So that's what's coming in, Patty. Hopefully that helps. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And Michelle Lizier, thank you so much for your double donation here. And you want to know what you don't see coming with your relationships. Absolutely. And did you have a secondary question or was that a combo? All right. Oh, I see one here. You also request if you do have the time to do your reading, if you could about see. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Well, we should be able to get that in here, though. All right. So let's take a look here. So, what you don't come seeming with your relationships. Let's see here. All right. And I don't know if it's significant, but my ring just became too big on my finger because I think my circulation has increased. So the ring fell off, if that means anything. But let's take a look here. All right. All right. All right. All right. So I do see here you have a new birth coming in here. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. There's joy and celebration and wedding, a gathering of some sort. So if you're not getting married, there, I feel like you're going to be invited to a gathering and a celebration of some sort where you do have this new birth, this new sensuality, this new just it feels fresh and it's like springtime with all this flower and all this mother nature type of energy. So I feel like you know there's this celebration of some sort that's coming together. So if you're with someone, maybe it's going to another level or you're going to go somewhere together, but there's this definitely this new birth and harvest that's coming in with those cards coming in here, because the next ones you had here are the 2 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. So, it's like the time of independence, that sounds it almost sounds counter what we normally talk about. It's like your time of independence is over. Oh, no, not codependence, but, it's like you've been in this journey of here's spirit with you and you're developing your worth and relationship to the outside world. And you've been really discovering who you are and that you don't, what you don't need. And not that you don't want a relationship and you don't want something more, but you realize I don't need it. I'll be fine on my own kind of energy. But I feel like it's like that's what you've been going through and developing, but I feel like they're like, "Okay, it's time for things to change now." And now you're ready to not it's like you would avoid codependence now, because of this independence that you feel on the inside. So I like that. I like that coming in here because we do have, we do have this opportunity that's coming up here. Got the excuse me, the Page of Pentacles, which is new opportunity, a heightened opportunity opening up in the outside world. Movement of Cups, Knight of Cups, someone coming in, offering you the Ace of Cups, offering you love. And I feel like if you're not in a relationship or even have any like prospects, I don't want to say that, but that the moon is like again, there's these phases, there's these things that are coming in here, and there's this you know unseen, the unknown. I almost felt like it comes out of nowhere because there's like it's been hidden. And it's almost like someone that has had feelings for you but has never told you about it. And I almost feel like you kind of are like, I like them too, kind of thing. But they're not like they have a poker face, a poker life. They have shown no signs. And you're like, oh well, and you like them, but I feel like it just comes out of nowhere. It's a surprise. It's an hidden unknown. And the phases of the moon, I like that. We've got a Pisces, um, because this is the Pisces moon, you know, the Pisces symbol here that represents Pisces. We have a Pisces super full moon coming up here on in about 10 days. So it might be around there too. I just feel like that's significant with all this. So that is what I see here, Michelle Lesure, and that's why it's unseen and something that you haven't seen yet. It's like boom, here we go, right? So that is what they have there for you. So hopefully that brings you a little clarity around it. And if your second donation was for an additional question, pop it down below, because I'm going to take screenshots and I will come back, but I need to head off here to go to my praying mantis member session. And no, Crystal, I haven't started yours yet, so I will be back after my praying mantis session, after I eat, after I record a winner announcement for the weekly member giveaway, before my Q&A tonight. So sometime today I will come back and complete the free readings. If you are interested in joining me in the praying mantis session or becoming a member, here is a video that talks about what comes with the different memberships. And there's some giveaways in there too for both members, or drawings anyway, for members, and a month end drawing for non-members. All you have to do is watch the video and comment. So be sure to check that out. Also, last chance to get into, let's take a look here. Last chance to get into the drawing, the weekly drawing I have for my subscribers. Just check out that video. It tells you what you need to do for the drawing tomorrow. So be sure to check that out. And then also, we've got the pick a card reading here. Every week, I put out at least one pick a card. So if you want some um, more messages from Spirit, you can check out my main playlists, because I have them kind of split out, for some of them for romance, etc. But this one was all about transforming failure. Is failure real? Maybe not. But Spirit tells you how you can transform it when you're ready to let it go. And then also, we have a weekly Take 10 with Zen, which is a video that's 10 minutes or less that talks about how to connect with spirit, how to connect to our higher selves, and I answer questions from my subscribers. Last week's was about creating an empathic bubble. This is like, what is the real gift of the empath? And if you are a Praying Mantis member, you actually get advanced access of next week's Pick a Card, Take 10 was then, and new meditations that I have coming out too. And then you can join the Q&A that we have on Sunday evenings too. So that's all the blah, blah, blah information. Just want to make sure you're aware of what I'm giving away, opportunities, and other free content. Rishi, yeah, I did complete yours. Um, I don't know, maybe within the last half hour. I'm not sure. It all goes by so fast. But I am going to come back and finish up all the free readings. Oh, yep. Let me just take a screenshot here before I forget. But please know, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your lives, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So hopefully, also, thank you guys for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love, and it helps the channel grow. So it is something that you can do for free, and I definitely appreciate that. So thank you guys so, so much. I'm just um, completing the screenshots here, and then I'm going to head off and join the praying mantis here momentarily. All right. Yeah, there was a lot here. So I'll be coming back here this afternoon um, to complete those. All right. There we go. I think that was everything here. Let me just take one more here. There we go. All right. So much love to you guys. Until I see you again, hang in there. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. And we'll see you soon. Much love.